Magandang araw mga kaibigan. Ito, update sa House hearing sa flood control project. Magandang post ni Teo Moreno. Sinubukan ng mga kongresista na palabasin na masama ang palakaran o masama ang sistema ng panahon ni PRRD sa flood control. Hindi. They failed miserably. Okay, napakyas kung sa Bisaya. Gusto nilang i-blame ang Duterte. Yung kapalpakan ngayon, gusto nilang palabasin na nagsimula ng Duterte. Kailang pasalamat tayo sa Diskaya, lalo na si Curly Diskaya. He stood his ground. Pinatunayan niya na maganda ang sistema ng DPWH pagdating sa mga project panahon ni Duterte. Okay, so ito, the facts are getting clearer, sabi ni Teo Moreno. The House of Representatives in Infra Committee held its hearing today once again, and the spotlight was on the Diskaya family. Okay, tuloy natin. From the start, it was clear. The goal of some lawmakers was to drag the Dutertes into the flood control scandal. Congresswoman Loestro tried to corner Mr. Diskaya, desperate to link the controversy to former President Duterte, but she failed miserably. Wow! Diskaya calmly admitted that under Duterte's watch, there were attempts from certain individuals, including regional directors, to demand kickbacks, but he flatly denied. Yan. Instead of bowing to corruption, Mr. Diskaya published the results of public bidding to protect himself. Most importantly, he pointed out that all his projects during Duterte's time came from program funds, transparent, accountable, and within the budget. Wow! Yan ang tatak Duterte. Sabi ko sa inyo, matino ang mga proyekto panahon ni Tatay Digong natin . The contrast with Marcos is glaring. Under the current administration, most contracts are drawn from unprogrammed funds, which have become the breeding ground of corruption. This is where the so-called contractors step in to squeeze contractors dry. Mga kongresista ba na sila na yung nag-ano ng contractor? Okay, Diskaya exposed how the DPWH 3 strikes policy is now being weaponized. If a contractor resists kickback demands, they are harassed with right-of-way issues, forced terminations, or deliberate delays. Resist too long, and 3 disqualifications will get you blacklisted for good. In short, contractors are forced to give in or lose everything. So ngayon, mas naiintindihan ko na talagang kawawa rin ang mga contractors, nabibiktima sila. Kasi panahon ni PRRD, program funds ang mga proyekto, transparent na, kalagay sa budget, bakit pa ako magbibigay ng napakalaking kickbacks? Ulitin ko ito yung narinig ko sa mga contractors na kakilala ko. Kung meron mang komisyon panahon ni PRRD, nasa 5% lang. Yun lang. O di maliit lang ang nababawas. Malaki ang naiwan, magandang proyekto, at meron ding naiwan nakita ng mga contractors. Okay? Diskaya insisted that he won his projects fairly through legal bidding, panahon ni Duterte. But under Marcos, the system is rigged. The playground of corruption is wide open and contractors together with DPWH officials are cashing in. Yung salaysay ng kontraktor sa Blue Ribbon hearing ni Senator Marcoleta, na siya yung taga-kuha ng mga taga-renta ng tapos nag-deliver na lang siya ng minsan 245 million doon sa district engineer. Talagang klarong-klaro na ngayon ang talamak na korupsyon. Infracom Chair Kong Tere Ridon even resorted to raising his voice, trying to intimidate Diskaya into submission. Other congressmen attempted to cite him for contempt, but Diskaya stood his ground. He would not be shaken. Wow! Saluduhan natin si Mr. Curly Diskaya. Salamat po sa ginawa nyo na inihayag nyo lang ang katotohanan. Huwag po kayo matakot kung nasa inyo ang katotohanan. Meanwhile, Congressman Garin shamelessly tried to weaponize the pandemic in her questioning, forgetting that she herself was part of the very house that approved the budgets. Where was her outrage back then? So, ano pa? Gagawin nila? You can never put a good man down. Talagang matino po ang leadership ng mga Duterte. Kasi nga, ulitin ko, kami, yung aming farm na nasa bundok ng Bukidnon, kawawa yung aming sakyanan dahil lupak-lupak ang kalsada. Saka na lang na pasimento, panahon ni Tatay Digong, at napakagandang pagkagawa ng kalsada kasi sabi ng mga kontraktor, pag hindi nila gandahin ang paggawa, hindi sila babayaran ni Digong. Kaya napakaganda ang pagkagawa ng aming kalsada. Kaya ako, buhay na saksi kung paano maganda ang mga proyekto panahon ng ating minamahal na Tatay Digong. Kaya salamat mga kaibigan sa inyong pagsubaybay sa ating channel. Nakakatulong kayo ng malaki sa tribong talandig ng Bukidnon dahil ang sweldo natin sa channel na ito, pantulong natin sa tribo. Namimigay tayo ng libreng yero at pako para makapagpatayo naman sila ng mas maayos na tirahan. Panoorin nyo ang video na ito.